welcome to Math Park. In our park, today we are going to learn compound interest. Is the third chapter of concise Selena, class 9 ICSE, and we are going to solve exercise 3B. We are going to solve each and every question so that you can revise it further whenever required. You get all the solution at one place. So children, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe. And if you like the video further, please share with your friends. This is how you can support us. So we start with the first question here. The difference between simple interest and compound interest on a certain sum is rupees 54.40 for 2 years. So here n is equal to 2 and rate is 8% per annum. You are asked to find the sum. That means principal is what you have to calculate. You are given the time period and the rate. So what we are asked given here is compound interest minus simple interest is given as 54.40. Okay, the compound interest, we can use the formula A minus P minus simple interest is PRN upon 100, which is equal to, I'll write this as 54.4. Okay, which can, this decimal does not, 0 after the decimal does not have that value. So making the calculation easy, I just made it. So which can be written as 544 upon 10. Let us substitute the values, put the values in this formula. Let us put the formula for amount, which I haven't put here. Okay, so A is your P in bracket 1 plus R. R is what? 8 upon 100. Raised to N is given as 2 minus P is again not known. The rate is 8 into N is 2 upon 100 is equal to 544 upon 10. So simplify this, dividing by 4, 4 2s are 4 25s are. Here again we can divide 4 2s are and 4 25s are. Now 2 and 25 cannot be divided by any of these 2s. So 25 is the LCM here. So 25 plus 2 we get 27 upon 25. So P we get 27 upon 25 and the square of that minus P, 2 minus 2 2s are 4P upon 25, which is equal to 544 upon 10. Now 27 square is 729. 25 square is 625. P minus 4P upon 25 is equal to 544 upon 10. So now let us take here the LCM. So the LCM is 625. So you will have to multiply here by 625 and again by 625 here. 25 into 25 is 625. So we get the denominator as 625. We took the LCM here. So taking the denominator 625 now, we get here, this is 729P. So 729P minus 625 into P is 625P. And 4 into 25 is 100. So minus 100P. And which is equal to 544 upon 10. Now 625 plus 100 is 725. Two negatives we add, we keep the negative sign. And 729 minus 725, we get this as 4P upon 625 is equal to 544 upon 10. So you get P is equal to 544 upon 10 multiplied by 625 upon 4. Divide here, 4 1s are 4, 1 4 4 3s are 12 and 2 remains 6 are 24. So you can just do 13.6 multiplied by 625 instead of simplifying further, or you can even further divide by both of these by 5 and then further solve it. So finally you are getting this answer as rupees 8,500 and this is your principal. Okay, so when the difference between the simple interest and compound interest is given and the rate and the time period is given, this is how you can calculate the principal. Got it? Understood all of you? Let's move on to the next question. And the question is the sum of money invested at, the sum is always principal, remember that. The sum of money invested at compound interest amounts to rupees 19,360 in 2 years and it amounts to rupees 23,425 and 60 paisa in 4 years. Find the rate percent and the original sum of money. Okay, so this is your first amount. So you can say that A1, I'll take A1 as the first amount. A1 is equal to 19,360. Okay, and wherein for this your N1 is given as 2 years. Okay, and for amount 2 you are given the amount as 23,425 rupees and 60 paisa, and your period for the second part is given as 4 years. Okay, now let us find the A1, the first amount, which is equal to P in bracket 1 plus R. Now rate percent we don't know, so R upon 100 raised to N, which is 2 here, so raised to 2. Okay, and then A1 was given as 19360. So instead of this, I can write here as 19,360. Okay, so this is my equation number 1. Now the second amount, which is 23,425 rupees and 60 paisa, is equal to P in bracket 1 plus R upon 100 raised to 4, and let this be equation number 2. Now I want the equation in one variable, so I can eliminate this P. So for eliminating P, what we can do is we can divide equation 2 by equation 1. We divide equation 2 by equation 1. So on doing that, we get 23,425 rupees and 60 paisa divided by 19,360 is equal to P in bracket 1 plus R upon 100 raised to 4 divided by P in bracket 1 plus R upon 100 raised to 2. Now we know that A raised to M divided by A raised to N is equal to A raised to M minus N. So this becomes 1 plus R upon 100 raised to 4 minus 2, which is 2. So is this clear up to here? So now further, when we have to simplify, what we can do is, okay, now on simplifying this part, 23,425 and 60 paise, go on simplifying this. On simplifying this, when we divide it, we are getting this as 1 plus R upon 100 raised to 2. When we simplify this, go on dividing by 2, go on dividing by 2, go on simplifying till you get further are not able to simplify. You get this as 121 upon 100, and which is the square of 11. So it is 11 upon 10 the whole square. Now compare this, both the powers are equal, so the bases are equal. So this is how you get 1 plus R upon 100 is equal to 11 upon 10. So R upon 100 is equal to 11 upon 10. This 1 goes here, becomes minus 1. Let me multiply this by 10 and this by 10. So 11 minus 10, you get 1. So this is how you get R upon 100 is equal to 1 upon 10. So you get R upon 100, or R is equal to, this 100 moves here, 100 upon 10, which is 10%. So this is how you got the rate as 10% per annum. Now that you have got the rate, let us now find the principal. So the principal, let us now find. So you are asked to find the rate percent and the original sum of money. Now we have got the rate. Now let us find the principal for this percent per annum. So now let us find the sum of money. Let us find the principal over here. So substitute the values in the formula. So we have A is equal to, we have, let us put in the first formula. So we have we had the first equation, 190,360 is equal to P in bracket 1 plus R, which we have calculated now, 10 upon 100 raised to N, which was 2. Let us simplify this further. Okay, let me change. So this becomes 19,360 is equal to P, and this is 10 plus 1, it is 11 upon 10 the whole square, which is 121 P upon 100. So to find P, let us shift this over here. So we get P is equal to 19,360, and we get the inverse of this, which is 100 upon 121. Simplify this further. You can simplify this further and you get principal is equal to rupees. This is directly divisible by 121. Divide by 11, or you can keep on directly divide by 121, then also you will get this. This is how you get this as rupees 16,000, which is the original sum. Got it? Understood, all of you? Let's move on to question number 3. A sum of money lent out at compound interest at certain rate per annum becomes 3 times of itself in 8 years. Find in how many years will the money become 27 times. So original means let us take it at one time. Okay. So the principal is equal to P, right? Then amount is equal to 3P. You get it becomes 3 times. In how many years? In 8 years. N is equal to 8 years it happens. Okay. And at certain rate percent per annum. So you don't know what is the rate percent per annum, right? So we are going to put that as R only. So we have the formula A is equal to P in bracket 1 plus R upon 100 raised to N. Okay. So P in bracket 1 plus R upon 100 raised to N is equal to, instead of A, I can write 3P because it amounts 3 times. It becomes 3 times in 8 years and raised to 8 in 8 years. Okay. So when I divide here, P and P get divided. So I'm getting this as 3. Now it becomes 27 times. Okay. The amount is now 3 times. To become 27 times, what should I do to 3? So 3 cube is 27. So we cube both sides. So we cube both sides. On cubing both sides, we get this as 1 plus R upon 100 raised to 8. And this, all the cube of this is equal to 3 raised to 3. Now we have the law A raised to M raised to N is equal to A raised to Mn. Right? So this becomes 1 plus R upon 100 raised to 8 3s are 24, which is equal to 27. So what has happened here? In how many years has the amount become 27 times? In 24 years. So thus, in 24, in how many years will the money become? So in 24 years, money becomes 27 times of itself. Money becomes 27 times of itself. Easy? Getting it? So simple. It was A was 3P. We put in the formula. When I divide 3P and P, this P will go get cancelled. So since it is a multiplication, so now we have to find, since it was 3, what is the relation between 3 and 27? So cube of 3 is 27. So we'll be cubing both sides. On cubing both sides, we got this as 1 plus R by 100 raised to 24 is nothing but 27. So what happens in 24 years? The amount becomes 27 times of itself. Let's move on to the next question. On what sum of money will compound interest payable annually for 2 years with the same as the simple interest on rupees 9,430 for 10 years, both at the rate of 5% per annum? So that means simple interest and the compound interest is going to be same. Okay, so on what sum of money will the sum compound interest payable annually for 2 years will be same as the simple interest on rupees? So we don't know the principal for the compound interest, right? So what is given here, that simple interest and compound interest should be equal. So let us find out. So we get compound interest is equal to simple interest at what principal? Okay, so compound interest is A minus P, which is P in bracket, that is P in bracket 1 plus R upon 100 raised to N minus P is equal to PRN upon 100. Now this P is P for the principal, simple interest is given to you. So this P which we don't know, we put as it is. 1 plus rate of interest is given as 5 years. So 5 upon 100 raised to N, which is 2 years. For 10 years. Now, simple interest is for 10 years, but for compound interest is for 2 years. Raised to 2 minus P is equal to P principal for simple interest is given as 9,430 multiplied by rate. Rate is given as 5% per annum. Okay, and multiplied by N. Now, simple interest was kept for 10 years upon 100. Let us simplify this. On simplifying this, 943 multiplied by 5, we get it as 4,715. So, and this 5 ones are 5 and 5 20s are, so we get P in bracket 20 plus 1, 21 upon 20 square minus P is 4,715. Okay, now 21 square is 441. So we get 441P upon 20 square is 400 minus P is equal to 4715. So let us simplify this. The LCM is going to be 400. So we'll multiply by 400 here, divide by 400. So we get this as 441P minus 400P upon 400 is equal to 4,715. Now 441 minus 400 is going to be 41P upon 400 is equal to 4,715. So P is equal to 4,715 multiplied by 400 upon 41. Straight divide it by 41. You can directly divide it by 41. Dividing by 41 and simplifying this further, you get the principal to be rupees 46,000. You get this as 46,000. Okay, so this is how we found the principal for the compound interest. So when the principal is 46,000, okay, and it is just kept for 2 years, but here the principal was 9,430 for 10 years, then also you get the same compound interest and the simple interest remains the same. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question number 5. Kamal and Anand each lent the same sum of money for 2 years at 5% simple interest and compound interest respectively. And Anand received rupees 15 more than Kamal. Find the amount of money lent by each. So we have here Kamal and Anand. Kamal and Anand, two people are here. Kamal and Anand each lent the same sum. The principal is same for 2 years at 5% per annum. So N is equal to 2 and 2 years and rate is equal to 5% per annum at simple interest and compound interest. So Kamal lent at simple interest and Anand lent it at compound interest. Okay. Anand received rupees 15 more. So who received rupees 15 more? Anand. So that means what is known here? The compound interest is more over here. So difference. Anand received rupees 15 more than Kamal. That means compound interest minus simple interest is given as 15. Okay. Now let us substitute the values over here. Let us put the value of principal. It is given that same sum. Same sum is P is constant. Okay. The P is not known. P is not known for both the cases. So P is what we have to find out. Okay. So amount of money lent. Amount of money lent by the person is called the principal. So compound interest is A minus P, that is P in bracket 1 plus R upon 100 raised to N minus P, this amount minus principal, minus simple interest is P R N upon 100, which is 15. Let us substitute. We have P, we don't know, 1 plus rate. The rate is 5% upon 100 raised to 2 minus P minus PRN, that is the principal into rate is again 5%, N is again here 2 upon 100, which is equal to 15. Let us simplify. So I get 5 ones are 5 and 5 20s are, so 20 plus 1 21. So this becomes P in bracket 21 upon 20 square minus P minus, let us keep this as it is, or should we simplify it further? Okay, if I want to simplify, 5 ones are 5 20s are, and then 2 ones are 2 10s are. So I get P by 10. So this is P upon 10, which is equal to 15, right? So 21 square is 441. 441 P upon 400 minus P by 10 is 15. So let us take the LCM here. So the LCM is going to be 400. So if I take the LCM is 400. So if the LCM is 400 here, this becomes 441P. Here you'll have to multiply by 400, divide by 400. Here you'll have to multiply by 10 into 40. So you'll have to multiply by 40 here. So this becomes minus 400P minus 40P, which is equal to 15. So now 441. 400 plus 40 is 440. 441 minus 440, you can just get 1p. So you get p upon 400 is equal to 15, and p is equal to 15 times 400, which is 15 fours are 60, and 60, and then two more zeros here. So 60, 15 fours are 60 and two zeros. So 6,000. So this is how the principal is rupees 6,000. So each one had lent 6,000. Okay. And such a way that the difference was rupees 15. Okay. The compound interest was more by rupees 15 for Anand. Got it? Okay, let's move on to the next question. Interest on a sum of money for 2 years at 4% is rupees 450. Find the compound interest on the same sum and the same rate for 2 years. So you are given the n is equal to 2 years. Okay, rate is same 4% per annum, and you are given simple interest which is 450. You don't know the principal, so we need to first find the principal. So using the simple interest formula, principal is equal to simple interest into 100 upon r into n. So which is simple interest was 450 into 100 upon the rate was 4 into n is 2. Let us simplify this. On simplifying this, 4 ones are 425s are 2 ones are and 225. 225 into 25, we get rupees 5,625 is the principal. Now, on the same principal, we are asked to find the compound interest. So let us find, this is your principal, let us find compound interest is equal to A minus P, which is P in bracket 1 plus R upon 100 raised to N minus P. Now, principal is 5,625 in bracket 1 plus R. Rate is 4% upon 100 raised to N, which is 2, and minus 5,625 amount minus principal. Simplify this further, we get 5,625. The compound interest we are calculating. In bracket, this is 4 ones and 425s are. So we get this as 25 plus 1, 26 upon 25, the whole square minus 5,625. Simplify this further, 5,625 into 26 upon 25 into 25 minus 5,625. Simplify this further, you get this as 6,084 minus 5,625. Subtract this, you get this as rupees 459, and this is your required compound interest. Got it? Let's move on to the next question. Simple interest, question number 7. Simple interest on a certain sum of money for 4 years at 4% per annum exceeds the compound interest. So what is more here? Simple interest is more. On the same sum for 3 years at 5% per annum by rupees 228. That means simple interest minus compound interest is equal to rupees 228. Okay, and you are asked to find the sum. Okay, uncertain sum. Now, simple interest, let us put the formula for simple interest. So it is now for 4 years, for simple interest, it is the number of periods is, number of years is 4 and rate is 4% per annum. Okay, so this is the R1 you can take. So simple interest, we have P into rate is 4% and it is for 4 years upon 100 minus compound interest is P in bracket 1 plus rate here is now 5. So 5 upon 100 raised to N. So N is here 3 now, 3 years minus P. So this, since it is minus, let us put this all in the bracket, is equal to 228. Okay. Simplify this. On simplifying, you get 4 ones and 425s. So you get 4P upon 25 minus, let us simplify this, 5 ones and 5 20s. So 20 plus 1, 21. So you get 21 upon 20 and the cube of that, and P minus P, which is equal to 228. Now, 4P upon 25 minus the cube of 21 is 9261, 9261 upon 20 cube is 8,000. P minus P is equal to 228. Let us open the bracket here and we simplify it further. On simplifying it, 4P upon 25 minus 9,261 P upon 8,000 minus P is equal to 228. Okay, now the LCM here is going to be 8,000. So LCM is 8,000 here. So if we multiply here by, here you'll have to multiply by 320 into 320. Here you'll be multiplying by 8,000 and divide by 8,000. You get this as 32 times 4. 32 times 4, 2 4s are 8. 4 2s are 8 and 4 3s are 12. 128 and 0. 1280p minus 9261p minus 8,000. Now this minus is of minus, this is going to be plus, I'm sorry. So plus 8,000p, which is equal to 228. Okay, so 8,000 plus 1,280. Add it and then subtract 9261. So you get here 8,000 plus 1,280. When you add, you are getting it as 9280. 9280 minus 9,261. When you subtract, you get this as 19. So this you get as 19p upon 8,000 is equal to 228. So p is equal to 228 into 8,000 upon 19. On simplifying this, you get the principal to be, calculate, you divide by 19, 19 ones are 19, 3, 8, 19 twos are 38, right? And 12 eights are 96. So 96,000. You get the principal as 96,000. Got it, children? Understood? Let us quickly move on. Question number 8, compound interest on a certain sum of money at 5% per annum for 2 years is rupees 246. Calculate the simple interest. Okay, for 3 years. So first let us worry about the compound interest. So we have compound interest is equal to A minus P. So which is A is P in bracket 1 plus R. Now rate for compound interest is 5% per annum. So 5 upon 100 raised to N, which is 2 years, raised to 2, and minus P, which is given as 246. Right? So when I simplify this, 5 ones and 5 20s are, you get P in bracket 21 upon 20 square minus P is equal to 246. Okay, so 21 square is 441. So 441 P, 20 square is 400 minus P is equal to 246. So take LCM. So this is going to be 400. So 441 P minus 400 P upon 400 is equal to 246. 441 minus 400 is 41P upon 400 is equal to 246. So you get P is equal to 246 into 400 upon 41. On simplifying this, you get the principal as, okay, when you divide 41, 6, correct. Okay, 6 4s are 24. You get this as rupees 2,400. Okay, this is the principal. Now you are asked to calculate the simple interest on the same sum. So now for simple interest, you have principal is equal to 2,400. The rate is equal to 6% and N is equal to 3 years. So we have simple interest is equal to PRN upon 100, which is 2,400 into R, which is 6 into 3 upon 100. Let us simplify this. So just do 24 into 18 or you can take 24 into 3 is 72 and 72 times 6 you get it as 432. So this is how you get simple interest as rupees 432. Clear? Got it? Let's move on to the next question. A certain sum of money amounts to rupees 23,400 in 3 years at 10% per annum simple interest. Find the amount of the same sum in 2 years at 10% per annum compound interest. Okay. Now, so here you are given amounts to rupees 23,400 in 3 years, a certain sum of money. So this is amount. So simple interest is equal to A minus B, that is 23,000. That is 23,000. 23,400 minus B. This is your simple interest. Simple interest is equal to PRN upon 100. Now, simple interest, we know we have taken this amount minus principal, which is 23,400 minus P is equal to P. The rate of interest is the sum of money amounts to rupees in 3 years at 10% per annum at 10%, 3 years upon 100. Okay, so this when we simplify, we are getting as 3p upon 10. This minus p goes here, it becomes plus p. So 23,400 is equal to, this is 3p upon 10 plus p. Okay, now we multiply by 10 here, multiply by 10 here, 10 plus 3 we get as 13p upon 10. Okay, this is 13p upon 10. So you get p is equal to 23,400. This goes in, it becomes inverse. So into 10 upon 13. So simplifying this further, you get the principal to be 18,000. So you simplify this, you get the principal to be 18,000. So this is your principal. 18,000 is your principal now. When you simplify 13 ones and you get 13 ones are 13 and you get 1800 and multiplied by 10 you get this as 18,000. Now you are asked to find the amount of the same sum in 2 years at 10% per annum compound interest. So now we are going to find the amount. So we have A is equal to P in bracket 1 plus R upon 100 raised to N. Now here the rate of interest is 10% per annum. Okay, but n is equal to 2 years now. So we find A is equal to P, which is 18,000 in bracket 1 plus R. Rate of interest is 10 upon 100 raised to 2. Simplify this. So we get 18,000 into 10 into 1. It is 11 upon 10 square. So write 11 upon 10 twice. So let us simplify this further. Just multiply 121 into 80. Multiply 121 into 80, you get this as rupees 21,780 is the amount. This is the amount that you get at the compound at when the interest is compounded annually at 10% per annum for 2 years. Mohit borrowed a certain sum of money at 5% per annum compound interest and cleared his loan by paying rupees 12,600 at the end of the first year and rupees 17,640 at the end of second year. Find the sum borrowed. Okay, so we first find the first principal. Let us take this as P1 is the first principal we have to find out, and the rate of interest is given as 5%. Okay, and for 1 year. Now we will take n is equal to 1 year. Right? So let us first find the first principal. So first principal we are going to find. So we use the formula A is equal to P in bracket 1 plus R upon, this is P1 upon 100 raised to N. Okay, the amount that you have got at the end of first year, this is 12,600. 12,600 is equal to P1 in bracket 1 plus the rate is 5% per annum, 5 upon 100. Is to 1 for 1 year at the end of first year. So Mohit borrowed a certain sum at 5% per annum compound interest and cleared his loan by paying 12,600 at the end of the first year. That is the reason we have taken here n is equal to 1. 5 ones are 5, 5 20s are 100. So you get this as 12,600 is equal to P1, which is into 20 plus 1, 21 by 20. So you get first principal is equal to 12,600 multiplied by 20 by 21. Simplify this, you get this as 12,000. 21, when you divide this, you get this as 12,000. Okay, so this is your first principal. Okay, now for the next year, that is the second time, the amount is going to be The second time amount is going to be 17,640. N is going to be 2 years. And the interest is again at the same percent. So we have now 17,640 is equal to this. Let us take as principal, second principal, which is 1 plus R upon 100 is to 2. 5 ones are 5 20s are again. So you get 17,640 is equal to P2. We get 21 upon 20 and square of that. So let us take this over here. So you get P2 or the second principal is 17,640 multiplied by 20 into 20 upon 21 into 21. This helps you to solve it easily. And on solving this, you find this as rupees 16,000. This you solve it as rupees 16,000. You get this as 16,000. So the total principal, find the sum borrowed. So the total sum or total sum borrowed is equal to, you add this, that is 12,000 plus 16,000, which we get as rupees 28,000. Got it? Understood all of you? If you like the video, please share with your friends. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.